Hey guys, so today we will look at searching, one of the fundamental problems in computer science. We'll begin by defining what is searching. So we will understand what we really mean by searching. Then we will look at some key components of searching, which basically means that we want to understand some important aspects that go in when you are trying to understand searching. And then finally, we will look at one of the primary algorithms that we would be interested in searching, which is binary search. Let's begin by taking an example to understand searching better. Imagine you have been given the task of getting a milk carton from the supermarket. So let's say your mom or your girlfriend or any lady in your house has given you this task to get them a carton of milk from the nearest supermarket. So what do? You typically go to the supermarket, and let's say this is the supermarket. You would enter the supermarket, and now you would start searching for this carton of milk. So how would your search process look like? You would typically inspect elements one by one. So let's say the supermarket is organized into racks, and every rack has certain items. You would inspect rack 1, pick up items from this rack one by one. You would check that item. Is it the carton of milk that you are looking for? How would you check whether it's the carton of milk? Does it have the properties that the milk carton possesses? So for instance, does it have the viscosity of milk? Is it wrapped in a Tetra Pak or any other packaging that you are looking for? Is it from a specific brand? So all of that will go in when you are trying to check whether that particular item is really the carton of milk that you are looking for. You will inspect that element. Let's say it is not really the carton of milk that you are looking for. You will put it back. Then you will take out the next item. You will inspect it, check for these properties. No, it does not match. You will put it back. Then you will move on to the next item, pick it up, inspect, check for these properties. Doesn't match, put it back. So this process will continue until you really stumble upon that item which is really the carton of milk that you are looking for. Once you are convinced that this is the milk carton that you're looking for, you will go to the billing counter and you will get it billed, and you will come back home and return it to your mom and be super happy. So now let's say this was day 1 when you did this. Next day, again, your mom gives you the same task of getting this carton of milk from the supermarket. So you again go to the supermarket. Now, today, you are surprised to see that the arrangement of the supermarket or the organization of the supermarket has changed. So it is no longer organized into racks. What now the supermarket has done is they have categorized the various items into groups. So for instance, this particular section contains only produce, which basically involves vegetables, fruits. Then you have another section which is solely dedicated to toys. You have another section that is solely dedicated to dairy products. So now you enter the supermarket and you see that, okay, the organization of the supermarket has changed. It is no longer random. Now you can see that the items have been categorized, and there are special sections which contain a particular category of items. So what would you do now? Now you wouldn't go and inspect elements one by one in the supermarket. What you would do is you would typically just go to the dairy product section. You will now search for the carton of milk in this section. right? And the searching process will again be similar. You will pick up the first item. You will check, is it the carton of milk that you are looking for? No, it is not. You will put it back. You will take the next item. Check, is it the carton of milk that you are looking for? No, it is not. And finally, at some point, you would get that item that is really the carton of milk you are looking for. And again, you will go to the billing counter, get it billed, come back home, super happy. So what happened in the second scenario? Your searching process was faster. And why was it faster? It was faster because the supermarket was organized in a specific way. Because it was organized into sections, each section containing a particular category of items, you were able to search for that particular item in the supermarket faster. Right? So now with this analogy or with this example in hindsight or in background, let's now formally define searching. So searching is nothing but the process of looking for a particular item in a search space using an algorithm. So there are three keywords that I have written down here. You are looking for an item in a search space using an algorithm. So for instance, in the example that we took, the item that you were searching for was the carton of milk. So it had certain properties, like we talked about this. You know the color of milk, it is white, it is a fluid substance. It is viscous in general. You know that it comes in Tetra Pak packaging. You know that it is from a specific brand, let's say Amul. So all of that go into the properties of that item that you are looking for. Now, where are you looking for that item? You are looking for that item in the search space. In our example, the search space was the supermarket where we were typically searching for that item. We were using a particular method to search that particular item in the search space, right? And that method that we were looking for is nothing but the algorithm that you employ to search for that item. For instance, in the first scenario, if you remember, we were just brute forcing all possibilities. What does that mean? We were simply inspecting items one by one and checking whether they match the properties of the carton of milk that you are looking for. In the second scenario, you were a little more efficient in your search because you knew that the search space, which in this case is your supermarket, was organized in a specific manner. You did not have to brute force all possibilities. You left out a lot of items from your search. You simply concluded by looking at the category that the item belonged to, that it's not the carton of milk. For instance, you did not inspect any item from the produce section, right? Because you know that anything that goes in the produce section is not really will not be the carton of milk, because typically you will have fruits, vegetables in the produce section. So you were able to optimize that methodology or the algorithm that you were using for searching, right? So this is basically in a nutshell what is searching and what are the main components. Searching is the process of looking for a particular item with some properties in a search space using certain algorithm. So the typical components of searching are the item that you are looking for, the search space where you are looking for that item, and the algorithm or the method that you are employing to search for that item in the search space. Now observe the second scenario a little more closely and see that we talked about this, that the algorithm employed is faster or more efficient in scenario 2. And that was because the supermarket was organized in a specific manner. So this basically tells us that the fact that the searching algorithm can be made faster was dependent on the search space. So whether you can optimize the search algorithm to look for that item faster is really dependent on the search space where you are searching for that item. It depends on the properties of the search space. And we as computer scientists are mostly interested in this aspect of searching, which is trying to come up with methods to search an item in the search space faster than brute forcing all possibilities. And we now know that whether that can be done or not is really dependent on whether the search space obeys certain properties that you want it to have. The supermarket was organized, so you were able to search faster. So binary search is one such searching algorithm which is faster than your conventional brute forcing because the search space has certain properties. So in the next video, we will go into the depth of binary search and see what are those properties, where can you apply binary search and stuff like that. But let's summarize today's discussion or this video's discussion. We essentially defined searching with the help of an example. We said that searching is nothing but you are looking for an item with certain properties in a search space using some algorithm. This is what we said searching is. Then we said that, cool, as computer scientists, we are typically interested in optimizing this searching algorithm. So I want to come up with faster ways of searching in the search space. So that we said that will really depend on whether the search space obeys certain properties. For instance, in the analogy, it was clear that you were able to search faster because the supermarket was grouped into categories. The items in the supermarket were grouped into categories. In the next class, we will look at binary search, which is one specific way of searching, or this algorithm, one specific algorithm of searching, which is faster than the usual searching. And we will see why it is faster. What are the properties that a search space needs to follow in order for us to apply binary search, and using it, what kinds of problems you can solve.